I'm in Canada.
Oh, nice. Joining from Canada. That's cool. I didn't expect people joining from Canada. Yeah, that is. Where are you joining from?
I'm joining from Manchester, England.
Nice. Oh my God, England.
Yeah.
One person from Canada, one person from England. I'm actually right now in the United States. Congratulations, you take the first step.
Yeah, I'm taking the first step.
We have a saying that your personality is derived from 5 people surrounding yourself or 5 friends of yourself, something like that. So if people are staying late at night, they're like trying to go sleep, scrolling mobiles, and not going to bed early. And if they go to bed at 2 a.m. and they, obviously they cannot wake up 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., they have to maintain the sleep cycle. And still, people are waking up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. By staying late at night to go to their work and make the ends meet.
So you said it's SMART. It's small, measurable, achievable. What's the R?
It is actually an acronym for something called specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bounded. The idea of morning person community came from multiple iterations and finding the purpose and everything. Uh, Basically, it's a kind of giving a sense of community to the people who are interested in being a morning person and who wants to be a morning person or who are trying to be a morning person. So that's the main concept, and where we'll be discussing uh, some tips that are being helpful for people and other insights where becoming a morning person or as a morning person, what changes are people are seeing and what is helpful for the people and everything on that part. So let's go with your introductions. Can we have just your name, what's your background, what you're doing now, or what you're trying to do in the future, or what are you expecting from the morning person community?
My name is Rachel.
Mhm.
What I'm expecting from the um, morning person community. Well, I just saw the event on Eventbrite
Mhm, mhm,
and I thought, okay, let me give this a try. This is a new year, so it will help me get maybe more organized, organize my morning better, plan my morning better from
mhm,
the tips I would gain because usually in the mornings I'm a mom, there's a lot to do.
mhm.
So that's actually what I'm trying to get from it.
Nice, interesting. So, um, where you based off?
I'm in Canada.
Oh, nice. Joining from Canada. That's cool. I didn't expect people joining from Canada. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining. And as you're saying, you're being a mom, I can understand. Like when I was at home, my mom actually wakes up around 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning every day. So that actually motivated me to become a morning person. Like you're a kind of inspiration too. Yeah. April,
Yeah, I've never been a morning person. This being morning person is for me to rehabilitate from chronic illnesses that I'm suffering right now.
okay.
I have chronic pain, I have chronic fatigue.
Mm-hmm,
So I've been spending most of my time in bed for some time now,
mm-hmm,
on and off for 8 years now. So
mm-hmm,
I'm in the process of rehabilitating
mm-hmm,
to be able to wake up early so I can have my sleep pattern regulated. And
nice.
also so I can prepare myself for normal daily lives. So I find this on Eventbrite and I was like, okay, this is interesting. So it kind of fit into what I'm doing right now, what I wanted to do. I just started the process. So
Mm-hmm,
it's a very good one for me. So that's why I'm here. My background is I'm a pharmacist by profession,
mm-hmm,
and I stopped working because of the chronic illnesses.
mm-hmm,
Um, right now, I'm not doing anything.
mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get myself back into the world where I do all sorts reading and stuff in the house, but I'm not doing career-wise. I'm not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
In future, I would like to. I'm in the process of determining what I want to do in the future. To be honest, I'm not sure yet what my body is going to be capable of doing in the future. So, this is a step for me, step out for me.
Congratulations.
Pardon?
Congratulations, you take that first step.
Yeah, I'm taking the first step with you right now. So what I'm expecting from the money person, you know what I said about, if I can achieve at least, I was an high achiever person. On, for me to get back to that rhythm again, that would be well to start the process of getting back to that rhythm. I'm not giving myself unachievable goals. I'm going to start step by step, and hope by all this I'll get there. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. So, where are you joining from?
I'm joining from Manchester, England.
Nice. Oh my God, England.
Yeah.
One person from Canada, one person from England. I'm actually right now in the United States,
Okay.
nearby New York. Like it's 3-4 hours drive from New York for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting to see people joining from all the places. Yeah, interesting. So first of all, thank you so much for everybody joining. So, and we hope your New Year resolutions are not going to go down, or your to-do list is not going to stay there for longer. We have to do some action and implement on that part. And April, as you're saying, I got an idea when you're saying that. So if there is some form of intellectual property, if you're developing for yourself, some kind of a video in the YouTube or in the Instagram, so that intellectual property kind of work for you when you are not doing anything, or it's a kind of there in the internet. Like after 100 years, people can see in the YouTube April speaking in the YouTube something. So that's kind of one thing I can suggest. Being at home, we can just do with our own mobile. So if you get a chance or a time, just explore on that part more. That's what I can say.
On
And
the YouTube, you mean doing something on the YouTube?
anything. So, I mean, just assess yourself. Is there anything that you can teach for 5 years ago version of yourself, or a 10 years ago version of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of young people searching for endless things. Like they were like, how to do this thing? What is this? Something they're like endlessly searching. So if there is something that you can figure out just by introspecting yourself, brainstorming, just sitting for yourself, what is something that you can teach for 5 years ago version of yourself or 10 years ago version of yourself? There you go. You got so many things, lots of things you can just speak on the internet.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, just work on that. That's it.
Mm.
And as I already told you, my name is Mahesh, and my background is in software and IT. Right now, I'm working on multiple things. One is on my startup, doing websites and marketing and building brands for small businesses here in the US region. And what I'm trying to do in the future is I'm trying to build some form of community to get together with the people and get to know more people on that part. That's why I started this morning person community, and I'll discuss more on morning person community and why I started going on. And yeah, you're going to expect a lot of things from the morning person community. I'm trying to deliver as much as possible, or at least reach the expectations that audience are trying to get. So let's go. What does your ideal morning routine look like, and how does it differ from your current morning routine?
Well, it depends on what I'll be doing in future or nearest future. My doing morning is going to be to wake up very early, like regularly,
Mm-hmm.
without fatigue and without pain. Um, and the current one, which I have started already, well, the current one is I'm still struggling to get up. I don't have children at home or anything at home that is going to keep me to get up very early. Even if I have, I know it's going to be a struggle with my pain and my fatigue. So right now I'm struggling. I can push myself to get up some days for 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock if I don't have a sleep all night, because I
Nice.
was told by my therapist to get up. To
Mm-hmm.
not go back to bed 6 a.m. even if I don't sleep. Just do some things through the day. So I've started doing that. But I struggle now. Then gradually it's creeping on to 8:30 now to get up. So I don't want it to get worse to the point of getting to 12 noon, 1 p.m. I'm still in bed, which that was my routine. That was my old self. So my day morning is going to be to wake up like latest 8 o'clock and get up and go and do something.
Got it. Interesting. And Rachel, you want to share something?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what my ideal morning would look like. Well, but I already wake up early, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I want a more structured. My ideal morning, yeah. So I think my ideal morning is a more structured morning where I have a plan,
Mm.
because some days I wake up early, I do put some things in place, do some things. Some days I'm in a rush. So I don't want it to be like that. I want to build that consistency such that when I wake up in the morning, this is what I'm doing at this time, this is what I'm doing at this time. And I'm actually doing those things, not just some days. And then I want consistency. So I think that's my ideal morning. Maybe on weekends, I will decide to slow down a bit, but at this time I'm up, I'm not still sleeping and snoozing, at this time I'm doing so avoid that rush and achieve more, you know be more effective, my morning being more effective. I think that's what my ideal morning should look like.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, just a little bit practice, and if you have someone kind of accountability partnering with you, I think we can achieve on that part too. So my ideal morning routine is like I'll wake up and hustle, get ready, and come to my workplace and do some work. So that's my morning routine actually right now. But I'm expecting it to be more normal. I want to wake up and spend some time for myself and do some exercise, yoga, gym, or something like that, and take some like kind of at least 10-15 minutes rest and have some breakfast and then go to work if I have something anything on that part. So that's my ideal morning routine from what I have right now. So next we have what motivates you to get out of the bed in the morning and how do you sustain that motivation throughout the day. So let me share myself first here. So my morning motivation is like I think I build a kind of routine going away from my comfort zone. So it's like when I was in home, I was very much comfortable. I was in the comfort zone. So I was going to move away from that. So it's like I wake up in the morning and I see my office hours are kind of flexible. It doesn't have a fixed time. So I just motivate myself to go to the office in the particular time in the morning, maybe 9 a.m. in the morning or 8:30 in the morning. So I'm making sure that is a fixed structure, even though I don't have a fixed schedule. So that's kind of motivating me. And after that, when I was in the office, I was in the shared co-working space actually. So where I met with a lot of other businesses and other people working on different things, talking to them, that actually kind of motivates me to throughout the day. Like when I was getting bored in my work or getting overwhelmed in my work, I have other people around doing their work or doing something else. So I just stop my work and speak to someone else that actually works throughout my day to keep me motivated and do my work as well. Just let me know if you want to share anything on this part or.
So for me, I said I just started the routine of getting up early.
Mhm.
So what I do to help me to really wake up, I spend like 1 hour, so 1.5 hours after I try to open my eyes to do some yoga in bed.
Mhm.
So I started from the yoga in bed gradually until my body is ready to do the one on the floor. Then I get myself on the floor. Then I do some and do some things. Then until I'm able to get to standing up. So I think that's the motivation I have for now. Then I have some books I'm reading right now that I feel like, oh, and some things like this on Eventbrite, I have different things going,
Mhm.
courses and stuff that I can listen to, I can be part of. So for now, that's my motivation. Then get myself some things to eat. If I can go out to go for a walk, I try to do that or do some other family activities. My family are out of the house. So if they have other things, I do some family activities until then I cook dinner for my husband when he comes back. I think that's what for now, that's my routine.
Mhm. Nice,
Uh,
interesting. There you go. Yeah, small and steady wins the race. Yeah, slowly,
yes, that's
slowly
my
build up.
routine.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Rachel, you want to share something?
Well, for me, what motivates me is my daily activities. Like, of course, if my children have to go to school, if it's a school day, now it's not. If it is school day, we all have to be up and all the things that I need to do for the day. So that's the motivation. So some days, if it's not a school day, like today is not a school day, I have this event and I think, okay, I have something important that I want to catch up with. Personally, honestly, I like to get a lot of things done in the morning, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it happens. Like one of the reasons why I attended this training is I'm trying to squeeze in maybe exercising in the morning if it will work for me. What time of the morning will I be able to squeeze that in? So if I successfully finish this training and say, okay, I'm able to squeeze that in at this time of my morning, then before I start my day and things start creeping in during the day, cooking, cleaning, every other thing, going out, going to work and everything, talking about businesses and all that. Before all those things start creeping up, I would just prefer to have accomplished, especially something like exercise. So if I have a goal to do a number of steps a day, if I'm able to do a few steps in the morning so that I don't have so much, I guess that would be a motivation for me if I'm able to achieve, yeah, some things. So for me, if that would be my motivation would be, okay, in the mornings I'm able to do this. So it would actually motivate me to get up. Right now, what motivates me to get up apart from having to go out or go to work is making sure that my children are up, we are preparing to leave the house and all those.
Mm.
So that's my current motivation.
Nice, interesting. Yeah, yeah. So just figuring out the schedule and if you can fit in few things in the morning, that actually works. And productivity challenges, like, are there any, like, what are the biggest obstacles that prevent you from having it now? Mine is something like as I said, I have a flexible schedule right now. Uh, there are a few things like not having a fixed uh, to-do list for every day. So sometimes I have a fixed to-do list, like my calendar is booked, like I have meeting with someone and I have some task to do after that. And some days it's like I don't have anything to do. So that's kind of little bit messy schedule that affects my morning's productivity. Like since I don't have anything to do, uh, I kind of go into the procrastination zone. Okay, let's go late to the work or something like that. So uh, I kind of the thing might be a challenge for me, I believe. So I'm trying to occupy myself in the other task or something from my goals or long-term goals in these specific uh, gaps that I have. I'm noticing that's kind of a solution I'm trying to achieve to avoid the obstacles that prevent me from having a productive morning. Yeah. Wellness and self-care. How do you incorporate wellness and self-care into your morning routine, and what challenges do you face in maintaining these practices? Cool. So for me, as I mentioned earlier, kind of having a fixed schedule and to-do list, it actually takes time for me to build upon a few things. So I'm still working on that part. And just feel free to unmute yourself if you want to share anything. And learning and growth. What is something new you have wanted to add to your morning routine to enhance personal growth, and what's stopping you? Again, same reasons. My morning, I want to add a fixed schedule for some sort of exercise, whether it might be a gym, yoga, or running or cycling, anything on that part. I'm still working on that. And next we have, so the common challenges I see are for being a morning person: surroundings or environment, technology, sleep, and food habits, time management, nature, backstories, anything. So first challenge was when you are surrounded with not a morning people, or people who are waking up late or staying very late at night, you feel like the same, like as we have a saying that your personality is derived from five people surrounding yourself or five friends of yourself, something like that. So if we have a good environment where everybody is waking up in the morning, or you have some kind of sense of community that motivates you to be a morning person, that actually works, I believe. And second thing is technology. Like as we can see, people are endlessly scrolling in their mobile phones, staying up late at night. But I think technology is making an effect of breaking the cycles, whether it might be a sleep cycle or a food cycle, anything. I think one of the biggest reason people staying up late is technology, I can say. And sleep habits, people are staying late at night, they're like trying to go sleep, scrolling mobiles, and not going to bed early. And if they go to bed at 2 a.m. and they obviously they cannot wake up 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., they have to maintain their sleep cycle. And still people are waking up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. By staying late at night to go to their work and make the ends meet. That's one challenge, I can say. And food habits, again, people are kind of in the hustle, like in the US particularly, I can say. People wanted to go to work early in the morning and they'll come at night, and they don't have time to prepare food for themselves. Or they also, the environment is actually comfortable for them to get a meal outside or get some fast food outside. That's kind of also affecting, I can say. And time management, as we are saying, everybody struggles with time management. Sometimes people don't have their schedule, sometimes they have, and sometimes they are not able to put their schedules right. For example, if they put block their calendar for 1 hour for a particular task which needs more than 1 hour, so that's sort of decision making and assessing the task and making sure that fits in their schedule also is affecting. And obviously nature. So during winter times, I believe people are less motivated to become a morning person, and maybe during summer times people are like they want to go out and enjoy at the beach or something. People definitely wake up at in the mornings, I can say. And there are lots of other things related to that. We can discuss more on that. So these are few things that work for me actually, and I can say these are the actual resources that we can work on together to achieve the common challenges we are facing or to become a morning person. Let me tell you my story, backstory of how it worked for me. Uh, it's like COVID lockdown period affected me to become a morning person because I was staying at home and with my parents. As I was saying, my mother used to wake up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. That motivated me. Like there's someone in the morning, and if I also wake up in the morning, I can do lots of things that I actually realized after waking up at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning. Uh, I did some exercise, I went out for a jog or running, and I came back. I studied and I was reading books and doing a lot of the things. And I wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. and to the point I have my breakfast, or to the point that I start my actual day job work, I feel like I have done a lot of things, or I spent a lot of uh, my time actually. But again, once I start my day at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., something like that, I was realizing that I have so much time in the day. Actually, I can do lots of other things too. So that kind of self realization I got working on myself. And first thing, surroundings that affected me. And if your surroundings is not good, you can do three things. One is you can change your surroundings, and second one is you can create your surroundings to become whatever you want to be, or becoming a morning person, or to want to achieve something. Just surround yourself with what you want to achieve, like people who already achieved that part. Surround yourself with the people. And third thing is persuade. It's like you're in a fixed place or at a place and you don't want to leave or change your place, and you have some sort of people circle that you don't want to change, and then you can use this persuasion technique. So you can persuade your surroundings to do the same thing. For example, you want to wake up early at 6 a.m., for example. You can actually persuade your circle of people to wake up at 6 a.m. Just they are your buddies or you know them from a long time. Just have a normal conversations and tell the benefits and tell the things that you're doing and how it worked for you, and share the results and share the resources. I'm pretty sure you this actually kind of works for some people, and some people it might not, but I'm pretty sure it with time people change actually. So if you're expecting by sharing the resources overnight people want to transform, it doesn't happen. So you just need to wait, and with the patience keep on feeding those resources, your stories, success stories. That's a kind of persuasion you are doing with your inner people to become a morning person. So eventually it might take 1 week, it might take 1 month sometimes. So but definitely people are going to change based on what you're feeding them to. We can also see lots of examples in the internet where with the children basically actually. So children do what they see or what they feel uh, from their early stages itself. So it's same for everybody. People actually do what they see and what they observe and what they are feeding into. That's one thing. And weekly audit, this thing was kind of game changing for me. So I actually set a time for myself on every Friday afternoon to do some retrospection and also plan my week, the upcoming week. So what's happened in this week and past week and what I can improve. And I'll also work on my schedule for the entire next week so that I don't have these gaps, or if any anything goes wrong, or if I have these gaps, I plan what to do in these gap times or whatever goes wrong on that part. So that actually helped me. I started this from like last 2 3 months, and that was really working well. And keep tracking everything. So I'm also working on this part from last 2 3 weeks. What is happening, like for example, if something is stopping me to become a morning person, I'm trying to track this, like any habit that you want to change, or if you're having some form of addiction or something like that, anything, you can just keep track of what is happening, when is happening, and why is that happening. It's a little bit hard to notice these small changes, but once you notice, track down, note it down for yourself. uh, what is this thing that is happening to me, what I'm doing, for example smoking or something like that, just for example. So what makes me to smoke, or when I am smoking, or why I am smoking, something like that. So if you are try to track these things, and if you are having answers to this, you can, now that you know, like focus on how to reduce and change eventually. So that actually helps. So I'm tracking these things on my time management and how I can become a morning person, and see how it goes. And morning person community is also coming from uh, tracking everything and reiterating so many things on that part. And as we know, everything takes time. We just have to put in our efforts and focus on the process rather than focusing on results, or worrying about why I'm not getting results just for trying one day or expecting results overnight. So using smart framework, I think most of the people know what a smart framework is, but let me show you. It's an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, and relatable and time bounded. So if there is some specific task that you want to achieve, like for example, if you are putting something on your schedule or something to your to-do list or goal list, make sure that is smart. Like, is this measurable, and is this achievable, and is this relatable, and is this time bounded? Like, you have to assess that. For example, if there is a task that you want to do that takes 2 days to complete, and you're just putting in the schedule, I want to do it in 1 hour, that's not going to happen, obviously. So using this, and do not overwhelm on your to-do list or tasks that you want to do. That's another thing I can share. And by sharing your winnings or challenges, whether it's a small or big, actually helps. So I'm pretty sure you have noticed all these things from your past, but just keep tracking and keep working on these things will be helpful. And I'm also trying to share more things and frameworks that we can use to achieve and work around these uh, on the community we have and the morning person community as well. And surroundings, as I told, I'm working on few different things. I'll be coming to my workplace, online communities, and in-person communities that I'm trying to build with this morning person. And weekly audit, as I already told you, I'll do 1 hour of every Friday schedule for my last week and past week, this week retrospection and plan for next week using smart framework, tracking, slow and steady wins the race. We already discussed. So these are the resources that I have. If you want to see more on morning person community, I have a discussion video of morning person community here. I have shared you the YouTube link, and I'll share you other resources if you're interested. Just I have my friend Melissa and me discussing on how we or how Melissa has transformed from becoming uh, as a night owl to becoming an early bird. So all those things we have discussed. If you want to on that part and upcoming themes, I'm trying to discuss more on the challenges that we have discussed earlier: technology, food, sleep, time management, and nature. Everything on that part.
Hi, Pona. So
And
you said the SMART is small, measurable, achievable. What's the R?
it is actually an acronym for something called specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bounded. For example, if I want to do some specific task, let's say I want to do gym, or let's say I want to get a six pack, for example. So if I put that goal into my schedule, it's like that has to be specific. So the specific thing is to get fit. Uh, Even more specific, I want to get a six pack. I want to transform my body. And that's the kind of specific thing we
Yeah.
have to define rather than making it as a generic goal. For example, I want to do this thing. That's not specific. So I want to lose weight. That's very generic. What you want to do to lose weight? I want to do gym. Okay. What you want to do in gym? I want to do some exercise to reduce my belly fat and attain my body fit, or to do something like so that I can attain the six pack. So that's actually more specific than being a generic goal. And again, measurable. I want to get a six pack, but when? Again, it's generic, so it should be measurable. I want to get a six pack in the next 2 years. That's kind of measurable goal. And how I can get it? By going to gym regularly, and I can measure the progress as well. So if I not miss at least going to gym 5 times a week, I can achieve this in the next 2 years. That's kind of achievable. That's my next thing on smart framework. With S means specific, M means measurable, A for achievable. So going to gym every day for the next 2 years to attain my goal, which is six pack, that's kind of achievable. And I'm not like I want to get a six pack in the next 1 week. That's
Yeah.
not achievable. So trying to make these goals achievable rather than generic and relevant. Is this relevant to me? For example, if I am like 200 kgs or 200 pounds, trying to achieve six pack in next 1 week or 1 month, that's not relevant at all. And for example, if a small school going kid or fifth class kid is trying to get a six pack, that's not at all relevant to him. I mean, he can go for a walk, he can go to kind of exercise based on his age, based on the recommendations from doctors or anything. But
Yeah.
getting a six pack is not relevant to a 5-year-old kid. So just making this relevant. Is this relevant to me? Okay, I'm a kind of 20-year-old guy, want to attain fitness, get a six pack. Okay, that's relevant to me. And again, time bounded. Last one. It is like I'm putting a time. I want to achieve this thing in 2 years. That's kind of makes sense instead of saying I want to achieve this in 1 week or 1 month. So that doesn't make sense. So that's a smart framework people use to achieve their goals or to just plan their goals and everything on that part. Again, it's smart, S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time bounded.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the talk. I really informative.
Thank you so much.
So do you do this every Saturday? Do we do this or
I mean, not sure. I mean, this is the first morning person community discussion I planned. So I mean, if people wanted it more, I'll plan it more. Just keep watching my Eventbrite page. Make sure you follow that page so that if I post my next session, you'll get the notification. Yeah, I'll try to do this every Saturday, but I'm also trying to reassess on if I change the timings from 7 a.m. to other time, maybe more people might be joining. So that's the one thing I am trying to think of or do some retrospection on that part.
But I think what I like is the fact that you have put some steps in what we can do. And what I'm taking away is, first of all, I would try to have a plan, stick to that plan, and have a weekly look back on what did I do this week, what could I have done better, and how can I get better, knowing that it's not going to, maybe in the first week I may not get everything right, but if I'm consistent, I will build onto it and see, okay, how would I be able to get it right? Thankfully, your slides have showed I tried to set SMART goals. One of the reasons why I woke up this morning, I was thinking of trying to put an action plan to my goals. So this will also help me while I'm trying to develop the action plan, that I will have time slots for everything, because of course I already said the SMART goals, but there has to be actions to those goals. So if I'm able to set actions to the goal, put specific timing to the goals, then that would now help me achieve them. And when I don't achieve them, I can measure them, because okay, at this time I was supposed to do this, I didn't do this. At this time I was supposed to do this, I didn't do that. And of course, it's just the beginning of the year, so let me see how it goes. Yeah, that's we take away from me.
Thank you for sharing.
I think it was good. It was good, and it was short and quite explanatory and clear. So it wasn't confusing or complicated for me to, or for somebody that is waking up early to really comprehend, because then you don't want them to put heavy stuff in their head in the morning. Then they won't come back. So yeah, it was good. And for me, it's you said something about 1 hour every week. You do your schedules and plan your week. So I think I want to do that. I want to plan, have an hour to do planning for what's going to happen. Whether I'm going to achieve all that or not, I'm not sure yet for now, or at least to start to do that. And you said something about audit.
Yes, weekly audit.
The audit. So yeah, if I can do that, would be incredible for me. Also my changing my surrounding, I've started doing that. At least like I said, this is timely because it's the same time that I'm trying to change something. So I've already started changing my surroundings to suit me and to be able to sleep early, so I can wake up early.
Got
So
it.
take television out of my bedroom, going to my sitting room when I can't sleep, things like that. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, and I'll work on that part. And yeah, Rachel, you want to share something?
Yes, I think one of the things I took away is having a community. Again, that's I was going to say one of the things.
Mm.
Having a community and like having somebody you can be accountable to or discuss with. I think it has helped because if you are able to like maybe you have someone you say, okay, these are the things I did, I was able to do. But when you even do the audit, if you do a personal audit and you just keep it to yourself, there might be nothing to celebrate, you understand, and you may not be motivated to do more. But if you have a community and say you are able to say, okay, I was able to maybe exercise, do I plan to do 10,000 steps today, and I was able to do maybe 8,000 or so. I'm almost getting there, celebrating and sharing your wins with a community. I think is also something I have this I got from this, which though I do it, but I think like you have reinforced it for me so that I can keep doing it because I believe it will help. It would help me get better. Yeah.
Pick one thing that anything that you want to work on, whether it might be weekly audit or using the smart framework for goal setting or anything. Just try working on from today, from now to anything, from setting your schedule for entire next week. So you won't believe, like, sitting just for 1 hour will help you to build your entire schedule for next week. So make sure you use this smart framework and make sure to assess time right and work on that part. Let's see how it goes, and we can discuss more on next week. And we can share our progresses. If you fail doing, we can work on why we failed and just keep tracking on uh, how we can improve better on that part. And